everybody. My name is Dr. Yasmin A. Flores, and welcome back to another episode of The Arts at EPCC. With me today is another guest by the name of Angelina Villalva. Hello, Angelina. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing quite well. How are you?
I'm doing very good. And you are a theater major,
yes,
right?
ma'am.
Yes, I have theater majors today. And so now, Angelina, how long have you been here at EPCC?
This is going to be... Sorry, give me a quick.
No, you're
we're counting, we're seeing. My 5th semester,
okay.
I would say, yes.
Okay, and so you have been a part of the theater department. So you've worked quite a bit with Ted, then.
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, awesome, very good. So I've gone to a few productions in the past few years, and oh my gosh, let me see if I can remember the one from last fall. It was. With the big dress. The big dress. The big.
Oh, Anna Karenina.
Anna
yes.
Karenina.
Yes.
Were you in that?
I was not. I auditioned for it, and
Okay.
then I had some scheduling conflicts with work.
Okay.
So I took a while just to like take the classes, and then once, because I had also started that job as well.
Okay.
And once I reached a year, I told them, hey, I really want to do these. Like, if we could be flexible on my schedule, please. Like, I'm missing stuff that I would really love to be a part of. So.
Yeah. So are you in the upcoming production?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. A Doll's House.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And would you play a character or are you background?
I am playing a supporting role, I would say. Her name is Christine Linda. She is an old friend of our main character, Nora.
Okay. Awesome. How are you liking A Doll's House?
I like how realistic it is, like the realistic approach we're taking to it, because it is a realism play.
Okay.
And so Ted is very adamant about teaching us of the proper way to sit, the proper way to like speak, and like how our posture would be. I know later on we're going to start getting corsets. Right now we're practicing with long skirts so we could get used to how they used to wear the fabrics back in the day.
Yeah. So what period is it set in?
I believe it's the 1800s.
Okay. All right. Oh, so you're going to wear some big dresses. Are you going to do hoop skirts?
He said no, he doesn't want to deal with that. So he told us we're going to be wearing our bloomers, we're going to be wearing a corset, a petticoat, and just a pin circle skirt.
Okay, got it. Yeah, hoop skirts are a mess. I just picture it, and I've seen enough YouTube videos. I don't know if you've ever seen those where they have women that make their own 1800s dresses, right? And then they put on, and they'll tell you like the exact decade. They'll tell you the purpose for the dress, right? And also the status of the person. Depending on, like, is this a wealthy person that would have worn this? Is this is so fascinating to me. So, okay, so you're going to have a big fancy dress, and you're playing this character. What was the previous production you were in?
The previous production I was in was Oh Dad, Poor Dad.
Okay.
So we did that in the spring.
Okay, awesome. And how did you enjoy that?
I had so much fun in that play. It was such a great experience to be a part of. Do
you take, or have you taken some of the, I call them construction courses, but the courses where you build a set?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
In my second practicum class. And right now we're doing a lot of cleaning, a lot of organizing. But as well as we're starting to build the set for this upcoming show as well.
Wonderful. So you get to work with Mr. Pagano.
Yes.
Okay. And so what does the set look like? Or can you kind of give us a little teaser trailer on what the set looks like for A Doll's House?
Okay. It's going to be very much taking place in a home.
Okay.
I believe we're in Norway. So it's one of those houses where each family lives right on top of each other, almost like apartments.
Okay, interesting.
But we're gonna come in and you should be able to see, like, I guess the living room area, so to speak. And there'll be a little platform up to one of the offices for the character Torvald. Okay. And so we'll just be able to see that little space of where Nora is constantly throughout the play.
Okay, yes. Awesome. And you know what, I'm bad at remembering titles to these plays, but there was a play a while back that Ted did that was about these two maids. It's based on a true story, and they murdered somebody. And they had different homes that they were working in. They were sisters. It was a weird play. But I remember the set for that one, because does it have like a 3-tier kind of thing where it's like there's stairs going up to one level?
Not really. I would say the platform is maybe a little bit lower than the coffee table, the first step, and then the platform will actually be like maybe right around this height.
Okay.
And then from what I envision, it's not like very big, I would say. I think in the simplicity of it, it just shows not your typical living room, but kind of in a way you have like a little couch on the side. I know there's going to be a grand piano in one place because during the play, there's like a musical aspect to it.
Right.
And then, just
kind
of simple a little.
Okay, yeah. And simple is good, because otherwise things can get unruly with, sets and also the supports, right, for the sets. That's awesome. Now, I will say, Dominic does a stunning job with backdrops, and he is so creative when it comes to how he displays things. So I remember there was one play, I don't remember which one it was, but they had floating frames.
Oh, wow.
So like a picture frame,
right?
But it was hanging with like strings, I guess, maybe like a real thin string. You couldn't see the string, but you could just see these floating frames.
Okay.
And then there was like a light show being displayed on top of this. It was beautiful. It really was. He does a stunning job. And I've had Dominic on the show before. I should have him again. He's a great time. Because you know what I love to talk about with him is TV sets.
Right.
And I asked him, I remember there was one episode where I asked him, I said, we were talking about the set to The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Okay. Remember the stairwell? And then it kind of goes to nowhere.
Yes.
Right? It's like every TV show had it, right? I think Family Ties had one.
Right.
I think Growing Pains had one. And it's always the staircase that goes to the end of the stage.
Somewhere.
It's supposed to be to the bedrooms, right?
Right.
But we were kind of talking a little bit about that. So now, so you helped build some of these sets, and you kind of gave us a little snippet, a little preview of what that's going to look like. You're going to be wearing this big, huge dress. So you have to memorize the script.
Yes.
Do you have a lot of lines?
Not as much as Nora, for sure.
Okay.
I'd say I'd have a good amount. I appear in every single act, and I probably stay on stage for a good amount of time. And then
when you study the script, do you memorize the whole script? Or just your part?
Just my part. And then as we go on through the rehearsals, I notice that I'll start learning other people's lines. So if I'm backstage and I'm listening to people, like I'll mimic what they're saying, because I guess we've just been working on it so much that we've just come accustomed to like, oh, this part is going on. He says this and she says that.
And those are your cues?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So what do you do to memorize your lines?
For smaller portions of lines, I really try my best to act them out in character as much as I can, as if it's opening night. So that way my muscle memory of how I say things kind of locks in with the memory of what lines I am saying. And then for longer pieces like monologues, I will go ahead and color coordinate each different section. So like if I'm talking about one thing, it will be yellow, and if it starts switching into a different topic, I'll like highlight it pink. And that's why when I'm on stage and I'm memorizing, all I have to think of like the colors, and then I know exactly where I'm at.
Colors. This is interesting. I ask because my little music majors, they might be watching at home. My little music majors have a heck of a time trying to memorize the circle of fifths. And so that's the big test tomorrow in my class is the circle of fifths. And so I'm like, you have to know your key signatures. And they just kind of stare at me like, do we? I'm like, no, really, you do. And so I'm always looking for new ways, because I'm like, people still memorize stuff, right? Like there's got to be a method to how we do this. And so we do different things. I try to do like word association, right? Where, you know, I use General Electric for G major and E minor.
Okay.
Right? So they can picture the light bulb for GE.
Okay.
Right? So GE, you may not know what that is, but yeah, GE used to be like the main manufacturer of light bulbs for ages. And now it's tons of light bulb manufacturers. You go to Home Depot and you'll find rows and rows of all these different brands. But GE was, I don't want to say a monopoly, right? Because they may come back as though they'll come and watch the show, right? And she said we were a monopoly, and we are not. Yeah, but that's, so I use all these word associations for the circle, and it kind of helps a few folks, right? But I like your idea of colors, of color coordinating things. So you think of colors, that's great. And so you memorize these scripts. What was the first production you were in?
For EPCC, it was the Transylvanian Clockworks. We did that last fall.
Okay, I didn't get a chance to go to that one, and I wanted to, and I'm so sorry I didn't. But yes, I try my best. I am going to go to a doll's house. I'm very excited about that one, and so, okay. So now I'm trying to piece this together. What drew you to acting, to theater?
So I think it started around the 6th grade. You know, when parents and teachers always ask, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I remember always like switching between, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a police officer, I want to be this. And then at the same time, I remember being on YouTube and watching the videos of behind the scenes of like productions in plays, in theater, on film and TV sets. And something just about it seemed really cool, and it seemed really nice, and it piqued my interest. And growing up, I was always very shy, and like I was never the one to be on stage, even if I was. Like I always wanted to kind of hide. And so around high school, I was really thinking about it, and I really wanted to do it. And so somewhere I got the courage just to go to an audition during my junior year of high school. And as soon as I got on that stage, it just felt like everything clicked, and like I was where I was supposed to be. Like I absolutely fell in love with it.
Okay, that's awesome. Very good. And what are your strong subjects?
Math, I would say.
Oh, interesting.
I was very good at math.
Okay.
And I want to say English.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that ties in well with theater.
Right.
Yes. So now here's the famous question I ask most of our students on the show. What do you see yourself doing after you finish your associates?
That is a very good question, and I do not know.
I get that answer a lot
Right.
from students, and I think, you know what it is? I think it's a generational thing. You know, obviously we don't like to talk about ageism. There's ageism, right? And sometimes I've been guilty of that. But it's like, the thing is, you can't help it because times have changed so much. Right. And times are changing faster now than they used to. So, you know, I was talking to my class today, and we were talking about horses. Like the car is only about 130 years old.
Okay.
Because the first car was like the Ford Model T. There might be a previous car that I'm not aware of, but that's the first famous car, right? The Ford Model T in the late 1800s. So before that, it was horses for 1,000 years.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Yes. Yeah. And it wasn't until the car. Then the car came around. Then you have industrialization, right? So now you have all these factories mass producing things. Whereas people used to hand make everything, right? Everything, like if you bought a scarf, somebody sewed that scarf.
Yeah.
It wasn't mass produced at a factory, right? I mean, today you can go to Walmart or Target or something and buy a scarf for, you know, maybe, I don't know, at this point, $8.99 or so. And it was made in a factory. And there's thousands of them that look the same, and they're all stacked there, you know, on the thing. And so it's that the times are changing so fast, and I don't know if this is accurate. You're 18, 19?
I am 20.
20,
Yes.
Oh, that is hilarious. When you're that young, you correct people. When you're my age, you don't correct people anymore. You're like, if you want to think I'm 38, sure, you go ahead. Right? Yeah, okay, so you're 20. And so you're the end of generation, where am I? I'm X. You're not a millennial. No. You're Z.
Yeah.
Yes. You're toward the end of Z, because here comes Alpha.
Oh, yeah.
Alpha is in early college right now. Like the early college students that you see around the building.
Oh, yes.
Yes, they're usually in little cliques, right? And they walk around together, and they go to the soda machine. They're all excited and giggly, and, as high schoolers are.
Yes.
And so that's Alpha, if I'm not mistaken. So you're the end of Generation Z, and your generation saw so much. I mean, COVID was enough to put the scare into anyone. And you're on the end of the 9/11. You're the tail, let me think about that. No, you're way after, because this is already, if you're 20, I'm doing my math now. You were born about 4 years after 9/11. So, but you knew a very different world, a very different world full of security, cameras, all this stuff. And so I find it so fascinating when I talk to younger people that there is this kind of underlying fear, and I find it so fascinating. So let me see if I can help you navigate this path. Okay. And let me tell you why I'm concerned. And I think I've mentioned this on the show before. So I don't want to scare you.
Okay.
I'm not here to scare you.
Let me brace myself.
Right, brace yourself. You like math, right?
Yes.
So let's ballpark figures. I'll use myself. Let's say I die at 90. I have 45 more years.
Okay.
You multiply it by 365, that's how many days I have left.
It's a lot of days.
Is it? Let me tell you. Okay, you think it is. And this is my big argument.
Okay.
I'm on this trip this semester, more so than any other semester I've ever worked here at the college, that it feels like the days are going by in 5-minute increments.
Okay, I can see that.
Like, it's almost the end of the day today. And I swear I just got up.
Right. Okay.
And I'm like, and now I'm going to go to sleep, and I'm going to have to get dressed again tomorrow, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come back to school again.
Right.
Where I'm like, why don't I just stay at school? That's my logic. I'm like, why do I keep going home?
Bring a pillow, bring a
right,
blanket,
exactly.
bring
We've
some
got
snacks.
showers in the gym, like, why do I keep rotating around and around? And so the weeks are flying by. We're in week 5 right now in the semester. What? We're in week 5? And I'm like, I feel like we just started.
I'm like, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly. But that's my point. When you're young, though,
right,
the day lasts longer. So here's a funny story. My grandfather, I remember one of the last years I put up the Christmas tree while he was still alive. He was like, again? Like, didn't you just take it down?
Right.
Because to an 87-year-old, the year is much shorter.
Right.
Than it is to somebody in their 20s, right? So to a child, a day is forever, especially if they have to wait in line, or like especially grocery. You see them crying at the grocery store.
Yes.
They're like, I have to wait, but no, the older you get, everything starts to fly by. It's like,
I have noticed that. I have.
Yeah.
I think about it, especially with Halloween coming around. I remember being younger and being like, the 31st could not come any sooner.
Right.
Like, it is taking forever. And now we're going to be in October, and I'm like, oh wow, that was really fast.
Yes,
that was really quick.
Exactly. And it's gonna get worse as you get older.
Oh no.
Just because
oh no.
I'm still stuck on Labor Day, right? And that came and went, and I'm just like, what?
Come back.
And so the reason why I'm bringing all of this up, I'm going somewhere with all of it, is that life is going to pass by in a flash. We got to have plans.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a second famous question I like to ask. If I gave you billions of dollars, not millions, because million anymore, what does that get you?
Right.
A fancy car, right? Yeah. We need a few billion. What would you do with it?
My first initial thought would be to travel.
Okay.
And it's funny that you asked this because I've been getting like this little itch of like, oh, I want to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's really crazy to think because now that I am 20, I don't necessarily have to ask my parents being like, hey, can I go here? Can I go there? Like if I wanted to, I could just get up and leave today if I decided. And it's a really interesting concept because I think I'm so used to just being told, oh, make sure you do this, make sure you stay in school, make sure this. And then just having the thought of if I wanted to go to Paris or London or somewhere down in the Bahamas, and if I could have the money, I would be able to and I would want to go.
Sure. Right. I say do it. Do it while you can, right? Because again, life is, it's fast and it gets a little harder as you get older to travel, to get up and, you know, oh, I have to pack. Oh, don't forget to bring these shoes. Don't forget to bring those shoes. Don't forget to, it's all about the shoes when you get to when you get to your 40s, it's like, I got to bring the walking shoes and then I got to bring the heels. I'm not going to walk in the heels all day because I'll be dying, right? And so, yeah, these are all these things to think about. So you're going to travel. What else, what are you going to do in the theater realm?
In the theater realm?
Because this is what you've chosen. This is your path, right?
And it makes me scared a little bit.
Okay. So what are you afraid of? Tell me.
I think I've always just been a little worried about failure. Okay. And that could just mean many, many little things. Like if I failed a test, I'm just like, oh no. And I think at a very young age, like I mentioned before, they ask you, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? And now with the early college programs, they're like, what degree are you choosing? And they're making you do these choices so quickly that it gets overwhelming. And so when it comes to, where was I going with this?
So you're afraid of once you get the associates.
Yes.
Then what? You haven't figured that out yet.
Exactly, especially because theater, we're talking about this in class the other day, it's a lot of gatekeeping, and then a lot of other times it's just luck. Like someone was in the right place at the right time, I feel like.
That's because in everything.
In everything.
Yes, that's in everything. But what do you mean by gatekeeping? What is that?
Like of who to go to for auditions or who to see or where to go exactly. Just like there's no, I feel, one direct road of you go here, then you go here. Like if I was going to be a doctor instead, obviously I would go to college, I would go to medical school, I would do my labs and then get my degree and then find a job, right? Right. And then with theater, I feel like it's just so sporadic, like it's everywhere. Like you can find something everywhere. And so it makes it, I feel like it makes it a little hard to, once I do get the associates, to find out where I'm going next, because I feel like I could go anywhere. Right. And then I don't know exactly where to go because. Right.
So let me guide you a little bit on that. And what that is think of, there's a joke that goes, you know, I feel like I've gone to another universe, you know, where sometimes you feel like suddenly you've gone to a different world and you're like, what in the world is, you have those days where you're like, why is everything going wrong? Right? Okay. But here's the thing. Think of this, imagine this for a moment, that there are other, what is it called? There's a word for it, but other universes where you exist. Okay. Right. So there's an Angelina that became a vet. Yes. There's an Angelina that became an actress, etc. You're going to miss out on something. Yeah. Right. Like, I hate to break it to you. I'm missing out. I was going to become a nurse. I could be saving lives right now. I could be at Providence right now, saving somebody that's on the gurney. Right. But I chose music instead. Okay. So I think it's the fear. Oh, that's a thing. That's a theme. The fear of missing out. Yes. You know what? Yeah. I've heard that, right? And so you have to come to accept that once you pick something, you're going to miss out on something. Yes. Right? For sure. But it's going to take some exploring. Right now you have a lot of time to explore. Explore it all within theater. And there's so many things. There's acting, directing, There's stage management, right? One of your, I don't know if she's still there in the theater department, but the girl that she usually has the headset on, and she's like the manager.
Colleen?
Colleen.
Yes. Wonderful Colleen.
Yes, I've had her on the show before too. And so there's that job. There's costumes. So if you start to kind of, now's your time to dabble in everything.
Yes, and luckily with Dom and the practicum hours, it's been really nice to get the behind the scenes stage.
Correct.
And it really does pique my interest of like, oh, I could do this. I could build sets if I really wanted to, or if I wanted to produce something, I could. If I wanted to, even seeing Ted work as a director during the plays, it's really fascinating to see because he's so passionate about it and he does such a good job that it's like, oh, that's so cool.
And inspiring.
And inspiring.
Exactly. And so now it's time for you to start figuring, here's the second question. Am I good at it?
Right.
Right? I like to draw. Am I good at it?
Not Picasso.
Not Picasso, not Rembrandt for sure. Okay. I am none of those things. And so I didn't pursue that. But I entertained it in middle school.
Right.
I was going to be an artist at some point in my life, right? And then going into high school, I thought I'm going to go into medicine. I started off at the Health Magnet over there by Jeff, right? The Silva Health Magnet High School. And then the clarinet kept calling to me. And the clarinet would sit there in the corner of my room and it was like, Yasmin, you have not practiced me in a long time.
I miss you.
Right, exactly. And I was like, okay, I need to practice again. I need to get back into it. And once I started playing it again, no, it was over. It was game over. This was it. I knew. And I knew that was the path I was going to pick. So there's going to be something. There's going to be a voice that starts to speak to you. So you have to start to kind of, listen and see. It might be the costumes. It might be the acting. It might be the camera. We have a couple of camera people here today and this, I don't know if this is your first time on a set like this, but yeah, it's one of those things where I'm curious to see you again in a year, right? And see what you've begun to really decide.
Right.
Right? Before 30, there's no time wasted. Really, it's like anything you do, anything you explore, it's a learning experience for you, right? I think by the time you hit about 30, 35, and especially in fine arts, right? Fine arts is its own little animal compared to everything else. And you're absolutely right, going back to what you said, it's this.
Right.
That's fine arts. Because of fine arts, unfortunately, are not as well funded as STEM, right? STEM is a straight shot. Like, oh, I want to be a biologist. We have money for that.
Right.
Here you go, come this way, right? If only somebody were to tell us, I want to be an actress, come this way.
Exactly.
We will pave the road for you, right? Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. And so there is a lot of like chasing the opportunities.
Exactly.
But once you do that, once you get your name out there, once you create your business card, once you start looking, you have to keep your eye out, meet people, talk to people, take all those trips and get to know people and drop your business card, because the more people get to know you, they're going to start to call you.
Right.
And the first job you get, that first job, that's going to lead to more opportunities. I get more calls now that I'm a professor, that I don't need the jobs anymore. I get more stupid calls now.
Oh, well, how nice.
It's great.
Yeah.
Trust me, because I remember myself 20 years ago, 25 years ago, where I was like, does anybody need a clarinet player? No, nobody needs you because you're nothing, right? I was without a doctorate, without a master's at that point. And so it was like, but now I have all these phone calls. And so you'll be in that spot as well. Angelina, thank you so much for being on the show. It's a joy to have you. And we had another episode with Seamus. And so I would love to have you on the show again, all right, to kind of see what direction you're going in.
I would love to be here.
Yes, absolutely.
Call me anytime.
Okay, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, A Doll's House is coming up in just a couple of months, and so check that out. If you want to know more information, you can contact Ted Karber at tkarberj@epcc.edu. Again, my guest is Angelina Villalva. Thank you so much for being on the show, and thank you for joining us, everybody. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.